You've had an incredible year thus far. Incredible. You have been killing it. January to fucking June. Killing it. You normally do $4,000 to $5,000 a month net in your business, but since January, you've had an increase that's been crazy. You've doubled what you normally make in a month from January to June. You've had 6 months where this shit has just been hot. You was making $5K a month normally last year every single month, but this damn year you've been averaging $7,500, $10,000. And in the last quarter, holy shit, the last 3 months, you've been averaging $11,000, $12,000, $13,000 a month. So what do you do when the hit streak stops? What do you do? Those sales ain't coming as easy as they was earlier this year. It's July now. It's August, it's September, it's October. Things are starting to slow down. That hit streak that you thought would last forever, it's dissipating. It's starting to fall off. In baseball, they have this thing called a hit streak. So, in layman's terms, the average baseball player can easily go, major league pro ball player, can go 4 for 4 for 2 games in a row. He can have one game where he'll go 3 for 4, another game where he'll go 4 for 4, and then he'll have a whole series, which will be like 3 to 5 games where he'll go 0 for 4. The whole series, he might not get a fucking hit. Oh, shit. 4 games in a row, no hits. Uh-oh. 6 games in a row, no hits. And then out of nowhere, he'll pick up his hit streak again. And he'll get a hit every single game. He'll get a hit every game. Now, see, baseball's not like every other sport. You know how in football, as a quarterback, the best quarterbacks, they make a completion 60 to 70% of the time, right? 70% is astronomical. You know, in basketball, the best shooters get shots in the bucket 60% of the time, right? That's great. But see, baseball, swinging a baseball bat and getting a hit is the hardest thing you can do in sports. Now, if you put a 10-year-old and he's never played a sport in his life, and you tell me, hey, I need you to show him how to either get a hit with a baseball bat on a regular basis or to start shooting a basketball on a regular basis, which one do you think he'll pick up faster? Now, it's harder to swing a baseball bat and get a hit. But in baseball, the best hitters in Major League Baseball get a hit 30% of the time. 30%. Now, I know for you that don't watch baseball, that's kind of low, ain't it? It's not. It's not. Baseball is not an easy sport to play. This is why they get paid so fucking much. You know? So like I said, it's normal for you to see somebody in baseball to go 4 or 5 games where they get a hit every game. And all of a sudden, 4 or 5 games, they don't get a hit at all. But the truly great players can go on a hit streak where they get a hit every single game, 10, 15, some cats, 20 games in a row. Marcus Semien with the Texas Rangers did that this year. Earlier this season, I think he had got up to 17 games in a row with a hit. That's amazing, you know. But what do you do when you start slumping? Because it's going to happen. Barry Bonds, Ted Williams, Tony Gwynn, Ken Griffey Jr., every great hitter eventually goes through a slump where they will go weeks without getting a hit. The best thing to do, if you were on a hit streak and now you're on a slump. You're in a slump. What used to seem so easy now seems like it's hard, man. It's fucking difficult. What do? Do you panic? One thing that great hitting coaches teach you as a pro baseball player is don't panic. Keep swinging the bat. One thing that they teach you in baseball is don't try to hit a home run. Just try to make contact with the bat and a ball. Contact. That's it. You can hit a home run just by making contact. When you try to hit a home run, you're going to strike out. But when you're just trying to just make contact, you know what I'm saying? You start hitting home runs. Base hits are better than strikeouts. I would much rather be the player who only gets singles and doubles and very few home runs than be the nigga that leads the league in home runs and strikes out all the time when I don't get home runs. So I'm going to tell you this, man. When your hit streak is ending and you find yourself slumping, right? Your business is starting to tank, right? You are doing great. And not even tank. Your business the uptick is starting to level out. You were making $10, $11, $12, $13,000 a month. You were doubling your sales. And now, what used to seem easy, when you used to cold call and used to get a deal every damn time, for 6 months, an astronomical amount, because I've been cold calling since 2017. And I know what it is to go weeks without getting appointments. I know what that feels like. To be cold calling 30, 40 hours a week and you get an appointment and the appointment's a dud. You know, I know what it is to go months without getting paid. Most people don't. This business shit, you got to pay the cost to be the boss, man. You know what I mean? Like, I go through things as a business owner that someone that is an employee would never understand. It weighs heavy on you when you have to do payroll and you had a slow month and you have to decide, am I going to pay my employee late? Or, you know what? Nah, fuck that. I'm going to pay them on time and I'm just going to have to dip into my savings. I know what that feels like. When you spend your last dollar to pay your employee, I've been there before. When you're on a hit streak, you had weeks, 15, 20 weeks. I look at life like baseball. Every week is a game to me. Every week. And I look at every single day as an opportunity to get a hit, right? So there's 5 business days in a week, right? 5. So every week, every game, I get 5 chances to get a hit. Some days, I might go 5 for 5. Crazy, right? Some weeks. And some other weeks, I might go 0 for 5. What do you do when you have a month where you ain't getting no sales, bruh? This is why it's very important, very, very important that you do not panic and you got to pivot. You have to look at, you know what? Okay, what might have worked then might not work now. Maybe I need to make some adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to choke up a little bit more on the back. Maybe my hips are moving a little bit too fast. Maybe I need to get better at hitting the curveball, because I'm going to tell you, the people that go far in life, they realize that everything ain't going to be a fast pitch. Life is baseball. You know, everything ain't going to be a 4-seam fastball down the pipe that you can just hit. Bam. Bam, that motherfucker out of here. 450. 110 exit velocity. It ain't going to be that. It's not. You're going to get motherfucking curveballs in the dirt. You're going to get the high heat. You dig? You're going to get motherfucking change-ups. You're going to get all type of shit. Life throws different pitches at you. But you got to be ready and willing to hit anything coming your way. Everything ain't going to be a home run. Sometimes it might just be a base hit. You might not get that whale of a deal all the time where you can do a deal for 10K. Sometimes you might get a deal where you only make fucking $3,000 when you're used to making 10,000. But this is life. And you got to pivot sometimes. And you have to choke up on the bat sometimes. And you got to be ready to hit the curveball. You got to be ready for the high heat. You got to be ready for change-ups. You got to be ready for the fucking pitch in the dirt. You got to be ready for that shit sometimes. Sometimes you're not going to get a base hit. Sometimes you're going to get walked. But you'll get on base. But you got to know how to steal bases. Life is like baseball. So I'm going to tell you, when that hit streak stops, pivot. Pivot. Don't get down on yourself. One of the greatest quotes I ever seen in my life, and I'm going to end it with this. During Andre the Giant's documentary, Vince McMahon said that one of the things he does when he becomes fully disappointed, when something terrible happens to him, something new so soul rattling that happens to him to where he's like, you know what, man, this shit hurts. One thing he does is he'll be angry for 5 minutes, pissed off. He'll go to his office, close his door, turn his phone off, and be pissed off. He said sometimes he might cry, but he says after that 5 minutes, he doesn't think anything else of it. The average person can't do that. And that's why Vince McMahon is a billionaire, because his focus is ridiculous. You got to get out of the rear view mirror in life and start living in the wind, living in what's front of you. Your rear view doesn't matter. You need to be living your life like there are no rear views. Quit looking at what you used to have, what used to be. Oh man, years ago when I was balling. Fuck that. You need to be balling right now. You feel me? So the slump is short, baby. The slump is only going to last as long as you keep worrying about what used to be. Damn, I used to get a hit every week. Oh, I used to get an appointment every week. Man, you remember when I used to make $10,000 a month? Oh, no. The slump is going to keep lasting. So therefore, you got to get out of the rear view and keep looking forward. And then the hit streak can start again. But prepare yourself, because there's always going to be a slump. Always. All right? Keep swinging.